Hi all, and welcome back to Starting Out with Pete. Time to just reflect on some different things within life, some advice, some things just from experience and the experience that I've had over 67 years of life and 47 at least years of business. And just some thoughts that might be of use to you. So for those who have been part of the channel before, thank you so much for being a part. I'm really honored that you're with me. For those who are joining for the first time, fantastic to have you with us. And what I'd like to ask you is if you can comment, like, subscribe. That helps us, and it helps us to grow, helps us to be able to bring new content to you. What I wanted to cover today was from a question that was prompted by my content creator, which is Rashi. And Rashi asked the question, or just posed the comment, something I always follow in life is. And as human beings, we're driven by values and norms. And unless something comes along to disrupt the values and norms, we will always return back to values and norms. So the comment that she'd made prompted that thought. And I wanted to follow that because I think it's an important thing to understand, because it will dictate your performance level, which will dictate your success level. So it's important to understand what you're doing with your values, what you're doing with your norms, what they're dictating to you. And for example, the key one, and the key one for most of us, is that we will always earn what our values and our expectations of ourselves are. So if in my mind, I think my worth is $40,000 a year, I will earn $40,000 a year. If I feel my value is worth $1 million a year, I will grow to earn $1 million a year. I won't put a glass ceiling. And so often we restrict who we become, we restrict what we're able to do because of that value that we place on us. So there's obviously two levels of value. The one is the values that I have, which are inherent values, the integrity, honesty, and so on. But it's also about what do I value myself at. So if what I value myself at is below what it should be, I will always return back to that. There'll be times in life when I can increase it momentarily, but then I will always go back to where I was before. And the tragedy of that is that we restrict ourselves. It's almost like a prison. And we restrict ourselves by that. So how do we change our values and our norms? The first that we've got to look at is we need to redesign ourselves and redesign what we see our values are and what we see our value at. So I'm going to deal with those two separately, what we think of our values are and what we think we value ourselves at. So what we think our values are. So if our values are honesty, integrity, professionalism, energy, drive, ambition, and we're not performing, then there is a disconnect between those values and where we are. And there's something that is stopping us from achieving those values. And with that level of disconnect, that will lead to a high level of dissatisfaction within ourselves that we need to address. And for so many people in life in today, that's exactly where they are. They've met this level of disconnect where they now have these values, which are their core values in life, that they're not achieving, not getting anywhere near, and that they compromise on a regular basis because of something internally within them. And that is, what are you valuing yourself as?